everybody out there in the land of YouTube. I am recording this video for you tonight. It's Sunday night. It's January 21st. I was already on earlier for Church of Spirituality, and I felt an urge to sit with you, not live, but to sit with you and to just kind of reflect on where we are as a nation. Maybe it's that Pluto going into Aquarius energy that I think is kind of nudging me to do a video. And what I want to do a video on is, are we, as a collective society, are we really going backwards? Are we, in so many ways, it seems like, people are back in the, 100 years ago, 200 years ago thinking, not you guys, but some of these yahoos, like some of these fascist Republicans, and just the way that people are generally thinking. I am very starkly aware, as you are, that we're seeing and hearing racism just like, I hope we're not numb to this. It's just as if it's okay in certain circles, and it's not. When I hear little snippets of videos, like pro-democracy videos, or just on the news, that there are certain segments of the society that believe that we shouldn't honor Martin Luther King, and we shouldn't honor diversity, and we should just say that slavery was a good thing, and just like this complete insanity. I want to just point you to earlier, I'm not sure who it was on Substack, but it's worth looking up. I've mentioned already the Jimmy Fallon video, and today I received a video. It was somebody from Substack who sent a vid of Tiny Dancer. Here it is. So apparently Elton John did his last American tour last year, and he won an Emmy for Elton John Live Farewell from Dodger Stadium. Wonder if you were able to go to that. Wish I was. So there's a video of Tiny Dancer, and you can go to it. I just want to say that I'm not sure. It is on YouTube, but let me check and see, because I want you to see this. I'm not going to play the whole thing for you. I'm just going to tell you what it says. The title is Elton John Tiny Dancer. So he just posted the Tiny Dancer video from 6 years ago. I want you to take a look at it. I truly do. I want you to take a look at it. And this was Dan Rather sent this out in an email newsletter. I subscribe to so many things. It's called Steady by Dan Rather. Anyway, so I got this newsletter, and that video, that Tiny Dancer video, it's like a music video, really just about people, just shots of people in all walks of life, and just the diversity and the messiness of life, and the triumphs and the tragedies, and we're in this human experience. And America has always celebrated being a melting pot. I just came back from, I haven't had my dinner yet, but I just went to the Chinese/Japanese restaurant down the street, and as I was going to my car, there was a man who was looking for, obviously he was a delivery man for a pizza place, and he was going back and forth on the street as I'm in my car getting ready to leave, and obviously he was having trouble finding the building that he was looking for to deliver the pizza. And so I poked my head out. I said, "Do you need some help? Because that place isn't open, and it looks like you're not in the right place to make this delivery." And so I helped him, and I got him to see that he was actually, and it was the next town over, which isn't very far away. So I got in my car, and the guy had an accent. I got in my car, and I was like, I feel good that those little acts of kindness, I could have just driven away, but there's this guy, and he's looking like he's, a little bit stressed and perplexed, and it's cold out, and then I went to get my soup from the Chinese-Japanese restaurant. I say that because they have both. They have both on the menu. And it really saddens me, and it saddens you. I know it does. To see people, nice, just normal people, being pointed at and they're vermin, they shouldn't be here. The people at the border are terrorists, and it's like, what the hell is this? So that's my long way in, my little prelude to reading on, are we going backwards? Because this is freaking backwards. You really can't think of anything more backwards than this racism. And it's not just the racism. It's also, one other facet of the racism, or that kind of ignorant, just horrible, horrible way of being in life, is making it okay to commit crimes and to lie and to be hurtful, and to be hurtful to not only like one person, but an entire nation and an entire world. The loser, you know who I'm talking about. And to just violate and be rude and have no decorum in the courtroom, and to just say, to victimize the victim of a rape crime again and again and again and again, and the death threats and the violence. And I'm not saying all this to depress you. I'm actually saying this for the opposite reason, because I know that I started the Psychic News Network because I knew that we needed to come together and agree, in agreement, this is not okay, this is not who we are, and we are in a dire kind of a situation. It's up to us to make it better, to do the action. We're in this situation where the rest of the world is starting to look at the United States of America, where it used to be with confidence and feeling good, and a lot of people in so many other countries, like this is a nation founded on slavery, unfortunately, and immigrants. They'd think of, oh, what a great place America is. People are good, they're good people in America. They let you have freedom in America. And now they're looking at us going, they're violating international law. Mr. Abbott is like, he may as well be murdering people at the border. And I did hear that he said that would be okay. And a woman and her 2 small children drowned in the river. That's why I'm asking the question, are we going backwards? When we're all in agreement, majority of us, a big majority of us are in agreement that this needs to stop. It will stop. And you and I both pay attention. And we have to inform the others. This can't stand. If you have a strong, strong, strong predisposition to be loving and to be kind, and if you can't watch somebody having a hard time when you could so easily help them, you can't just ignore them and, drive away or whatever it might be. Always, 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 we think about what would it be like to be in their shoes. And what we see on the news is the opposite of that kind of thinking. That could be you, right? The opposite of that, where it's me, this malignant narcissism. No, that could be you. Marjorie Trader Green, those people at the border that could be you. And in another lifetime, maybe it will be you. So cut it out with the sadism and the masochism and the malignant narcissism and being on your what you think is a high horse. And it's about as low bottom of the barrel of it's not even a horse. I don't know what it is. It's a puddle of slime. Anyway, pulling 3 cards. About what I'm pulling 3 cards about is the collective energy of America right now. Is it more prevalent? Is it more of the majority, like a lot more people, a big majority that have had it, that have had enough, and that are actually moving into action? I'm going to pull 3 cards about that. The answer is yes. I'm happy to report the answer is yes. And I'm doing this reading because I'm concerned. And because I also offered that I do more readings that are pre-recorded videos. I'm just going to do more videos in general during this really important year. This is the most important year of your entire life. And we have a statement to make. We have a big statement to make. And it's up to us to make that statement. My moose says, we'll talk about the moose name tomorrow night. Home of the free because of the brave. That's a veterans organization that sends requests for donations. So the question is, are more people in the United States going to take a stand for love? And I have the Ace of Swords. That's kind of my question. Are more people, like the majority of people in the United States, are we taking a stand for love right now, where the energy is right now? And the Ace of Swords says yes. This is a sword of truth. This is great intensity, great force. And the 10 of Pentacles says yes, the economy is going to make people feel good. And the 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. I'm kind of glad. Maybe the guides wanted me to sit down and do this because they wanted to give me some good news. Please watch Church of Spirituality from today. It's excellent. It was an excellent sermon. I'm so humbled that I'm able to give these sermons and just kind of off the cuff, just give you a message that you can use all week, that you can take with you. It's all free, people. I do take no donations, but it's all free. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's about the positivity. It's about insisting on love no matter what. No matter what. Because it's all that freaking matters. Honestly. We're all in this together. You know, we're Pluto in Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius is about groups coming together, mobilizing for change. And Pluto will be in Aquarius until November. We'll talk to Kathy Beal about that. And then this is the card that just popped out, which is the 8 of Wands, which is, we're going to see fast movement towards the good very soon. Just remember, when the demonic gets very threatened, when they have a hold on a population, the demonic forces, I'm really saying this, when they have a hold on a population, like a terrorist group or what's happening in the United States now, which is domestic terrorism, stochastic terrorism, led by a really, really dark force. When the dark side starts to see that they're losing, that's when they ramp it up really high. They crank it up. They crank up the negativity. They crank up the horribleness. They crank up the slime. They crank up the gross disgustingness. They crank it up. And they manipulate. The demonic will manipulate an entire population. The father of lies is what the Christians, well, in the Catholic Church anyway, they call Satan the father of lies. Bingo. So I'm glad to see that. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the loser. I'm going to keep calling him the loser because honestly, of all the names I've had for that heinous human being, That one just fits like a glove. It just clicks. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about, I'm actually going to pull 3 cards about a specific thing about him. I'm going to pull 3 cards about his cognitive function, because it's off the rails. And what else is so disturbing? There's so much that's so disturbing, but let's all go to a peaceful place with everything. Go to neutral. He's not making any sense. He was saying that Nikki Haley wasn't sending for the 10,000 troops for January 6th. He said Nikki Haley over and over again when he meant Nancy Pelosi, which, and the whole thing is a stupid lie what he's saying anyway, as we all know, because we witnessed this with our eyes. And we saw the video that Nancy Pelosi's daughter was kind of doing a documentary at the time. She wasn't the only one. There are other people that were doing documentaries at the time. So there's a lot of video. But we saw Pelosi on the phone, you know, doing what needed to be done, getting them back in to certify the election. Hellacious time that was, unimaginable. So he said Nikki Haley didn't call for the 10,000 National Guard troops or something on January 6th, and he said her name repeatedly, and he meant Nancy Pelosi. And then he said, and they destroyed all the evidence. They destroyed all the evidence from January 6th. Which means what? I mean, what's he talking about? And we're seeing this again and again and again. What are you talking about? This is like nonsensical word salad. Doesn't even realize he's not making any sense. He thinks we haven't had World War II yet, and that with Biden we risk going into World War II, and that he thinks he ran against Obama. These things are happening repeatedly. And what do we see today? Well, Tim Scott jumping on board to support the loser. Ron DeFascist finally drops out. And who's he put his weight behind? The loser. And who's Nikki Haley going to put her weight behind? Well, we can take a look at that too. We can take a look at how things are going to unroll in New Hampshire. But right now we're going to pull 3 cards about the loser's cognitive function. And he had, you know, we saw video of him and Melania at Melania's mother's funeral. And I saw a video clip of, this is Autumn at Black and Orange showed this. That's where I saw it. That Melania was getting into the limo, and the loser was outside of the limo, and she kind of said something to him and just like kind of put her head down, and he walked away so sullen. It was obvious to me they had just had a big fight. It was obvious. The energy was like it was the energy of, you know, if you've ever been in a relationship and had a fight. And if you've been in a relationship and had a fight, and the content of that fighting was, it's over. That's what I saw. How's this cognitive function? Well, I'm asking about his cognitive function, and I have the Fool. He's going to start, well, you know, if they don't get it the first time, they don't get it, his supporters and the politicians, the people in positions of leadership that are throwing their weight behind him, if they don't get it the first time, they don't get it the second time, they don't get it the third time, how unfit he is. It's just going to keep coming up again and again and again. It's going to keep coming up again and again and again. And it's going to get more intensely undeniable. It's already undeniable. This is gaslighting like I've never seen in my entire life. Have you? I'm asking about his cognitive decline, and this is what I get. And it's fast. He's going to have cognitive decline that comes very fast. And I know dementia is a funny disease in the sense, not haha, but just odd in that it can be kind of, you know, iffy for a little while, and then all of a sudden someone can just go and they're just kind of not there anymore. And that's what I see. That's why I see the Chariot, and it's going to be at a point, and this looks like it's going to happen at a point when some legal situation comes down on him in a way that kind of catches him off guard. And I think that this is what some kind of indictment by Jack Smith or something to do with his standing. Let's ask the pendulum if it's the 14th Amendment, actually. Might it be that? Is it the 14th Amendment that this, that the Knight of Swords, no, it's not that. Okay. I'm just asking what it represents, because this is about his cognitive decline. And the cards are just saying, oh, there's a Queen of Cups there too. The cards are saying that it's going to be happening quickly. His cognitive decline is going to be like a sharp drop in his cognitive function, suddenly. It's going to be a sudden drop. And it's going to be right around the time that he gets some serious news that has to do with one of many of his trials. Is it connected to January 6th? It's not actually connected to January 6th. This sudden, like, what's going to be the precursor to this, you know, it's like, it might be a stroke too. It might be something like that because it happens quickly. Is it around the Fani Willis? It feels like it's around the Fani Willis case. That just, like, he blows his top. Remember Elliot the elf? His head came off? Blows his head off. Elliot's being sent out for repairs. We'll talk about the moose tomorrow. The moose is filling in. I'm going to pull 3 cards about his Melania divorcing him. That may be a pendulum question, but I just want to get more dirt. More of the dirt. Yeah, I actually think that Melania is in another relationship already. I actually feel like whoever that is offered to go to the funeral with her. As far as Melania goes and that so-called marriage, that business arrangement with the loser, he's not letting, the loser is not going to, right now he's like, I can't tell anyone, I can't tell anyone, I can't tell anyone. The Page of Swords, this feels like court documents about divorce and that will be delivered. When will we know? Will we know about this within a month? Will we know about a divorce within 2 months? Within 2 months, we're going to hear about a divorce between Dawn and Melania, the loser and Melania. When I think about the unrest in the world, I connect it directly to the loser having screwed up so many things on the world stage, which is why, and I'll ask about this now, which is why we're all so concerned about our relationship with other countries. I mean, my God. Can I just say, I'm not going to make this video very long, but it is absolutely horrifying that this man is even a candidate and not rotting in prison right now. He wants to take the United States of America out of NATO. And I'm really, I'm beflummoxed. Is that a word? Yeah, I think flummoxed. It blows my mind that that's not the topic of conversation. NATO is what's keeping this world together in terms of we live in an atomic age. There are nuclear weapons everywhere. And Russia, remember the Cold War? Russia and the United States, back and forth, Ronald Reagan, Star Wars, our nukes are better than your nukes. That was a scary, scary thing. And it's not that it went away. It's still going on. And the loser is up there repeatedly, countless times. I like Kim Jong-un. We send love letters to one another. Oh, Putin, I got along great with Putin. Oh, yeah, I have a good relationship with President Xi. It's like, how are we missing this as a country? Well, the cards initially said that we're not missing it. That we get it. We get it. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards about our world leaders, our allies, and what's up there. What's the energy with our allies currently? I know Joe Biden even said it. When he goes overseas and he meets with these world leaders that he's known for decades, some of them, they pull him aside and they say, do not, please, they beg him, do not let, not that Biden has a, pull or anything, but they just really want the loser to never, ever, ever be anywhere near a political seat again. So when I look at what's gone on the world stage and our world leaders' relationship to America, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done with our allies, a lot. And if somebody like the loser was in office, all of our allies would walk away because of the damage that he's done and the trust that he betrayed. These leaders used to trust the United States of America, and they do trust Joe Biden. Let's be clear about that. They are kind of other leaders, our allies they're kind of, they're happy, and we know that this happened when Biden got in office and became president. They're happy. He does assure them. And the King of Wands, it's the message that Biden repeatedly sends, the message of reassurance that helps. But there's a lot of damage between us and our allies. It doesn't take a psychic to tell you that, but I wanted to read it energetically. Let's do one more question. And then, we meet on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays live, and we have a conversation. And on the other days, besides, probably not Saturdays, but on the other days, I'll upload as many pre-recorded videos as I can. Please like and share and subscribe and all that. Don't forget to watch Church of Spirituality, and don't forget to watch Spirit Talk podcast with Jonathan Glass from yesterday, Saturday the 20th, talking about how to stay healthy. Really great stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else, I don't think, in that conversation. Let's pull 3 cards about the week. Let's pull 3 cards about the week, just for the United States, this week in America in general, just general cards. And then I'll let you go for now. We're going to see justice. We're going to be happy about justice. This is a 6 of Wands. We're going to hear some news this week. Just pulling 3 cards for a general overview of the energy of this week. And then we'll get into details tomorrow on Monday. 7 p.m. Eastern. This week, we're going to see justice. We're going to see people shaking in their boots about January 6th. Because there's a lot of news coming out. So get ready. A lot of news coming out about who is being... It feels like I'm getting Comer and Jim Jordan. Egg on their face. The guys are saying they will have egg on their face. And I mean, maybe they do already, but it's going to be just more glaringly obvious. And we're going to hear news about that. But I do have the Justice card for this week. So I want to tell everybody... The power of your mind is greater than you know. The power of your intending and your thoughts is greater than you know. Maybe you know. And if you do know, it's even greater than you think. So every time you think about America, just think about how we're here. Of course, we think about America all the time. It's our home. Every time you think about America, if you're, I know there are viewers from other countries too, and thank you for your support. Profusely. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to us. We need all the help we can get. Just like I always tell you, my little chant, more Democrats running in elections winning. That goes a long way. That's a vibrational frequency. Visualize more famous celebrity musicians getting up and, uniting people through music. That is huge. And visualize democracy becoming stronger than ever because of these challenges. It's resistance training. We've had to learn, and now we've learned. Let's ask the guides, make it a little easier for us. We will connect. We'll get more and more involved, and don't refrain from joining Grassroots of Democracy by going to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. I think we have the best group out there, and not to take away from the other democracy groups out there. I mean, in terms of, getting the work done. When you join grassrootsofdemocracy.com, even if you're not able to attend the Zoom meetings, you get all the notes. On Friday, you receive a guided meditation for a healed America from our every week Tuesday night meetings, 20 on Tuesdays. We've been working hard, and it's working. Okay, so keep the faith. I'll see you tomorrow. If you're watching this on Sunday night, I'll see you tomorrow. And I love you all. Keep spreading the love. Keep helping one another. Namaste.